Hi, my name is Jackie Mushinsky, and for my first week project I am going to compare 3 different ebook apps. We're going to look at Stanza, iBooks, and Bluefire. Now I'm going to take a look at Stanza, and it opens up, and at this particular page it offers a tip when you open the program. I like the tips. I think they give some good information. We're not going to look at the tips right now. I'd like to look at one of the ebooks, and we'll try Alice in Wonderland. So I had opened this before and was at this particular page, and that's one nice thing, that most of the apps will return to the page you are on if you'd like. There are some of the apps that you can shut that function off. I think it's a handy one if you're reading. I can tap the screen to turn the page on the right hand side to go forward. I can tap the left hand side to go backwards. I can also use the slide feature to turn the pages. So then we can just run your finger down the middle of the screen. That dims the background lighting, and also if you run it up, that's another way to arrange the lighting or change the lighting. So I'm going to tap the screen, and when I tap the middle of the screen, up come the menus, and also a bar appears at the top of the screen. So we can look at different options of different features. Okay, if I tap again, away goes the menu, and here it is again. So let's look down in the left hand corner. Now this shows tables of contents of the book that you are in. So this is a table of contents for Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and you can just go to each chapter as shown. I can bring it up again, go to chapter 1. I can bring it up again, and also here is where you'll see bookmark indications. So I had bookmarked earlier on this particular page, and so my list of bookmarks shows up. If I want to edit, I hit the up in the right hand corner, edit this. Now I want to bookmark the current page, so I can just quickly put a note in. I can delete what they have in there if I'd like. Just hit test this. I could name it whatever I'd like, save it. So I have a bookmark test here that I just made. If I want to delete it, that's very easy as well. So that's a pretty intuitive function. And then I'm done with those. I want to next look at annotations. Now we'll look at how to annotate the book, and you press down on the screen until you get a highlighted section where you'd like to add your note. And if you just hit annotate at this point, this word will be pasted into a note. However, if you'd like a larger portion to go into your note, then you just highlight more and hit annotate, and you'll see that whatever you highlighted appears in the note. You can add to that information if you'd like to. Or you could delete what you don't like in there. So that pretty much attaches that note to the page. I found this feature a little tricky to learn. It's a little more complicated than some of the note features in other readers. See that? And then we can see in our list of annotations that this note has been added. That's the one I just added. So let's look at some of the settings. and they're seeing custom theme for colors, etc. You can change fonts, background color, text color, your link color. So there's quite a variety of themes to choose from and settings to choose from. Let's look at the font. So here I have options of types of font that I can choose from, and this is quite a long list. Some of the other apps, the iBook and the Nook, don't offer as many fonts, which is fine. In this case, you don't really need a lot, I wouldn't think. So let's just try changing the font. So I just check it off, hit done, hit save, and here we have a new font. So that's one of the nice features. Let's look at next. This is our day to night setting for reading, and as you can see, it just reverses the background in the text. The text becomes white and the background is darkened. We can easily toggle back to the day setting and just look at our screen in general. Then we'll try next. This is a search function, and it's pretty straightforward. It searches within the book, and this book is on the device itself. It's when you download it, it's saved on the device, so we can just search within the book. It doesn't connect us at this point to an internet search. So we will search rabbit. And of course, in the Alice in Wonderland book, we get a lot of hits for rabbit. And I just will choose any one, and it brings you to the location of that particular word in the book, and the search term is highlighted. So we also have down on the right hand corner a connection to Facebook or Twitter, which we do not have set up right now on this iPad. You can access it with wireless setup. I'm not connected right now, but that's a nice feature as well. So overall, I would say that Stanza is a nice app. I think it's pretty intuitive if you're simply reading a book. I think that some of the features as far as annotation, etc., takes a little time to find where things are located. For example, it looks like I could add an annotation from here, but in fact I have to highlight before I can, whereas in some other apps they might have a feature right in the annotation menu that says add new annotation. But it's not too tricky. The only little bit of tricky thing is when you do add your note or your annotation, you get this text. You can get less, but this highlighting is you have to get used to this type of highlighting feature, but it does do what it's supposed to do. And I think that the options for customization are nice. They're pretty much comparable to what you see in other apps. I think that the toggle back and forth for the menu is nice, and you can easily change from day to night display. This is common in most of the ebook apps. And searching is pretty easy, and it sticks right in the book. It doesn't try to connect you to bigger searches, which I find nice. It's simple, and it stays with it. Now this is the font feature. That's nice. Pretty easy to use, and that's in other apps as well, and that's kind of handy. Of course, the connecting to Facebook, Twitter, or other applications or online sites, that can be helpful. especially if you like to share or you have friends who are reading the same book, or you're reading a book for a course and you want to share information with a group member. So I can see an advantage to that. It's a pretty nice app overall. Nice display and good lighting and easy once you learn it to manipulate. I like the feature that just kind of dims and lightens up the screen pretty easily to adjust to the lighting of the room you're in, or if you're on a bus or a plane. So anyway, that is Stanza.